even anticipated. That's changed. It'll be the first time in Iowa's over 160-year history that we allow that change, and there will only be, 48 other states that have more conservative policies on marriage. We will join only Massachusetts in allowing for gay marriage if we allow the judiciary to decide. It ought not happen. We have to stand. Let's speak about immigration for just a minute, because as the husband of someone who went through the legal immigration process, I know that it ought to be fair. They say our country is not compassionate now because not only do we not merely take refugees and poor immigrants and offer up the hope of America, they want us to have them do it illegally. It makes no sense to me. As one of the presidential candidates said our country merely requires that if you seek a better life, you come through the front door and you sign the guest book. Now those on the left say that compassion means you allow people to break into windows on the second story. We tell the family that gets in line, that fills out proper paperwork, that shows that they don't have communicable diseases, that promises to learn English, we say, you can't come. Wait. My brother-in-law in Vietnam, we spent $200 for him to come over legally. They told us check back in 10 years. It's not compassion to tell people you can't come because you're trying to do it the right way, and we'll reward you for doing it the wrong way. I'm elected in House District 1. I will do everything in my power to model a law on the same lines as Arizona so that businesses have one warning and one warning only, that if you hire someone who is here illegally and you do that knowingly, after that one warning, you will lose your business license in Iowa forever. That has changed their lives. A couple last points. I want to talk about the English language. My wife and I want our children to not only know English, but to know Vietnamese and other languages. But when we come together as a government and as a people, we ought to do our business in English. 87%. My opponent's one of the 13% who thinks that's strange. I'm for English classes at night for the immigrant population because I want us to be able to come together as one country. And last, I want to speak to you about the issue that's closest to my heart, and that's the issue of the sanctity of human life. My opponent believes that a parent need not be notified or have consent if that minor wants to have an abortion. My opponent believes that if someone murders a pregnant woman, that's the taking of one life. I disagree. There's no more important issue in any political race than the issue of the sanctity of human life. Because I take a step back and I read our founding fathers, and they said that life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are what we're all entitled to. They knew that liberty and the pursuit of happiness were conditioned upon the fact that we would be allowed life. They had a sometimes brutal world, included slavery, dictatorial kings, religious persecution. And they realized that governments could be cruel and unjust, and that they could take your life if you opposed those governments. Well, as each day's sun comes up, I want you to think about this. We lose human beings who never had a chance to breathe and see that sun. Who never had a chance to have the loving arms of a father around that child or be held by a mother. My brother and his wife have now adopted 2 children. And that has been such a blessing. And so we ought to come alongside any woman who says, I will choose adoption over abortion and give that child an opportunity. hope that it's President John McCain. And I hope that in the next couple of years we will have a Supreme Court that will decide in the right manner. But if that happens, we'll be turned back to our states. And who will stand in the legislature and vote? That would be the greatest privilege if I could vote for life on that day. I hope that you'll join me. Today's a great day because we're all here. Because from now until November, we can unite, we can come together as we move ahead, remembering that we ought to recapture what we once had, and we ought to be together for progress and take back our state house, take back our state senate, and take back our country. Thank you very much.